Live from Los Angeles, welcome to Good Morning LaLaLand. I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jasmine Moyer. This is Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Connect TV, seen on Apple TV and Roku. And you were just listening to Miss Annie Bosco's Angel with a Crooked Halo. If ever there was a song that described me, that was so it. I'm kind of a pretty hot mess, and I accept it very willingly.
I love it. So we're all about Transformation Tuesday today. We're going to transform your guilt into pleasure. We're going to transform your messy closets into masterpieces rather. I'm on my other mindset of business right now. We're going to transform your winter white body into a bronze beauty, and we're going to transform your hobbies into a real career today.
True Transformation Tuesday.
That's right.
Absolutely. That's why we have these panel of guests, in-house experts in transformation. Good morning. We'd like to welcome to the show Miss Jane Still wrote this incredible book, Organizing for Your Lifestyle. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
Hello. And Bronze by Britt, thank you so much for making me feel like my most beautiful tan goddess self today.
Welcome.
How are you? And Mark,
Good morning.
I cannot wait to get back there. You are transforming the fashion and entertainment industry with what you've created with Agent Inc. Awesome.
We are.
I love it. So here on Good Morning LaLaLand, we like to know, what are your morning routines like? How do you start your day? Jane, I have a feeling it has to do with organizing.
Well, I tell everybody as soon as they wake up, the first thing you do, well, you make your bed, but then you go to your closet. So for myself, it's really, that can transform your life, because if you spend 5 to 15 to an hour looking for things, you're disorganized, your closet will really transform how the day goes. So I tell everyone.
Absolutely. You know, there's that age-old adage, make your bed, make your day.
Exactly. And then the next thing is the closet. So if you have an organized closet, it might help you lead the rest of the day in an organized way. So that's my tip.
I think I need to bring you home with me, Jane.
Seriously. What we're doing in our lives, for sure.
After the show. What about you, Britt? How do you start your day? What's your morning routine
I
like?
start my day making a cup of tea, and I write down my intentions for the day.
Ooh.
So I like to be very organized with my day and my week. So on Sundays, I write my intentions for the week, and then for the day, I write a list. So it's easier for me to check things off and be able to know what I want to get done, and it makes the day run a lot smoother.
I love that.
I love that.
Mark, what about you? What's your morning routine like?
Coffee.
Cheers.
Coffee.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I get up with a cup of coffee and I say, what can I do to positively affect my world? And I really approach every day like that. If I don't learn something every day, I feel like I've fallen short. So that's what I get up every day, a cup of coffee and something meaningful that I can do.
Well, and you haven't fallen short on the style front, because I do think you have the coolest hair of any of our male guests, by the way. It is incredible. So thank you all so much for being here. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
I love what Jane said. There's a viral video, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was it's like a lieutenant in the Navy or Army. I'm not sure which one he was in. I don't know that field that much. But he talks about making your bed. And he's like, you know, you can have all these dreams, all these things, but if you can't get up and make your bed, then start small, you know? So true.
My dad used to make us bounce quarters off the bed. He did have it
He
that
did
tight.
not.
Yeah, he did. It was sort of a joke. He's sort of a joke. But he was in the Army, and so he was, you know, he's a military
So
guy.
you can fold those corners?
I can fold those corners.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come over and teach me how to actually make my
I don't want to add that to your list of to-do items, Jess. I feel like...
But you know, when you go home at the end of the day and your bed is made and you get to get into it, it's like more of a treat. I hate getting into like a messy pile, right? No.
Yeah.
Transform.
I have to have my bed made, for sure. It's like a whole thing. If my bed's not, or I try and make my room completely clean before I leave, because it drives me, I don't like coming home to a messy room.
That's the way I'm, like, before I leave, no matter how late I am. The bed's going to be made,
Yeah, right.
and it's going to look clean.
You know what also transforms your day, though?
What's that?
This tan. You
Oh,
guys,
yes.
I woke up this morning and I felt amazing, because we had tan therapy yesterday. Bronze by Britt, we just introduced her at the top of the show, came to the studio at Focus TV, and she gave us all.
It's incredible. Like, I almost don't miss Miami, which is mind-blowing, just because I have the tan now.
Oh my gosh, okay, so there's our embarrassing. Oh my goodness.
So we literally
awesome.
stripped down yesterday.
Okay.
We got in our bathing suits and we got in a tent. We all three got in a tent. So we were laughing so hard.
Yeah, no, because people, you know, if you haven't
Okay,
had
I can
like.
put the picture down.
You guys look great. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous.
If ever there was motivation for me to maintain my tan, this was it, you guys. Now everyone has seen the before. My mother's gonna
Like the darker it is, the better it looks.
But it's a great call though. You look great. I think you guys look great. Do you feel great?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like I got my mojo back. I don't know. I
Right.
woke up, I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, ooh.
A good
I
paint
know.
changes everything. I mean, for me, it's also just like about evening out the skin tone. So I just feel like way more
Right.
like a consistent complexion. you
Yeah,
know?
my chest has like spots and stuff all over it. It's like it just covers it all up. But I am.
Oh man, so we've been talking about it. It is my birthday month. We started off June 1st was my birthday, and we went in hard. I had the best birthday weekend I have probably ever had. And so a publicist friend of ours sent me a couple of amazing things that have actually helped transform my day and transform my year, because I started it hard. So I want to give a special shout out to these Nerium eye patches, IV Moisture Boost, because these are hydro eye gels. You've seen everybody on Instagram, right? With these patches under their eye, makes an incredible difference.
You do look flawless. I give you that.
Oh, I didn't, but thanks to Bronze Light and Miriam eye patches, girlfriend was ready for the camera this morning, because otherwise it was rough going.
I'm obsessed with eye patches, so I can't wait to try those ones out. I've heard such great things.
Yeah,
but
it totally reduced the lines, the puffiness, brightened me back up now that I've got my tan. And then, okay, so I've certainly indulged in a lot of croissants, a lot of cake. I mean, no holds barred when it's your birthday, right?
It's true.
So it binds to the sweet receptors on your tongue, and like really incredible. So thank you very much for sending these over and transforming the start of my year after my wild birthday weekend.
Sweet defeat. Gotta try that.
I had a great transformation with Nacho Armani yesterday, sound healing.
My favorite.
He's
Right?
amazing.
It was amazing. So I have to say that I've been a little bit, I get frazzled, if you will. All the technology, all the stuff, the show, getting on social media, working one-on-one with clients, speaking, doing all this stuff. Like, there's days where I'm like, I need to go ground. Like, I can feel the energy just like swirling around in my whole body. So I went down to Topanga Canyon and worked with him for an hour and a half. He did this whole process. He's got a modality, and he's just in the process of actually trademarking it. We believe he's going to call it Ari Method. He definitely need to do this. But it's so incredible. So he takes you through this movement of your body, and then you literally sing, and you do all these mudras and these different things. And by the end, you feel so grounded, and your vibration is way up, because the sound, the voice, when you sing, it raises your vibration to different tones, which are one with the universe. So it's really awesome. Just want to give a shout out and say thank you so much, Nacho. Incredible, beautiful work. The world needs this work, and it's your calling for sure.
I love that he's based here in LA too, because I feel, I love the energy in LA. I will say, and we've had these conversations before, LA is such a sort of fun-loving place. Also, people work very hard here. It's great creative energy, but it's also can be a sort of chaotic place. And it's even more important, I feel like, to ground yourself in LA than it was certainly in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's like, I can just sit here and I'm fine.
Like literally 40 Wi-Fi's going through my home here, and I'm like, why am I having a hard time tapping into source? Let me just I'm going crazy. Yeah, sometimes you got to get grounded for sure.
I love Nacho.
Absolutely, we love Nacho. It was so fun. He came out to celebrate my birthday, and we were introduced to Nacho here at Focus TV. We've had him on the show before. If you want to see an incredible experience, you can watch one of the interviews on Connect TV. It's all available on demand, Apple TV, Roku, and also listen to the interview as a podcast as well on iTunes. He's an incredible, incredible artist, musician, healer. Really, truly, I saw my soul. Okay, so you should give it a shot. You should give it a shot.
There's no higher compliment in the world than that, Chaz,
Yeah,
right?
Thank you.
Pretty good.
Right?
Thank you, Nacho.
So we're gonna take a little break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about transformation, how to transform your guilt into pleasure.
Always
Stay
love that.
tuned.
Yeah,
We'll
stay
be back
tuned.
with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, but you already knew that. And today, I am in the beautiful Los Angeles with my girl,
Jazz Moye, co-host of Good Morning La La Land, coming to you from Bel Air. Absolutely La La Land.
So last week on the Focus TV Network, we had Reshape with Ali Landry, and on that show was Gail Becker.
She is the creator of Cully Power Pizza. It's gluten-free, guilt-free, and absolutely delicious.
We had Soul Reboot with our amazing host, Allison Charles.
And a special guest, Sahara Rose.
We had What's Good, hosted by Amy Paffrath and Jocelyn Walter, and on that show was
Heartbroken Anonymous.
Naz Perez. We had hashtag Harry and Kelly with our amazing hosts Harry Howard and Kelly Russo. And on that show,
Focus TV family member, Ms. Laura Odegaard, host of Millennial Life.
we love you. Ms. Jeslyn Moyer, who was on Good Morning La La Land.
We were absolutely motivated by Natalie Ellis. She is the creator of the Boss Babe. Yes, she is the OG Boss Babe.
Yes.
We also had Lori Harder, as well as Therese Germain, who's created a new dating and life counseling service called The Compass, really giving us a new direction.
We had Focus TV family Sally Colon.
She is a filmmaker extraordinaire, female director, producer, and documentarian.
Yes.
And also,
Another Focus TV family member, Tanya Memi.
absolutely living it. And we are so excited to announce the latest issue of the Focus magazine. Gracing the cover is Miss Kelly Gore. She is the filmmaker behind Heel. In these pages, you'll find a great article, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, about Sally Colon. Also on the cover, Mr. Mark Teschner, 9-time Emmy Award-winning producer, as well as Ms. Ellen Rakuten. She served as one of the executive producers on Oprah Winfrey's show for 23 years and has won an enormous 13 Emmys for her creative work.
Thanks so much for tuning in to This Week in Focus. Have a great day, guys. I'm Victoria Simone.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are honoring #Transformation Tuesday. And today we have a very special guest panelists who are experts in transformation. Good morning. We'd like to welcome to the show Ms. Jane Stoller, Browns by Mark William in the house. Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello. So in honor of transformation, what do you think was the biggest transformation in your own life? Britt, let's start with you.
Oh, you had to go to me first. I think the biggest transformation in my own life is a continual work in progress. Honestly, it's self-love. It's continuing to work on what I value for myself, and then that only enhances what I bring to clients' lives and what I allow other people to bring into my life.
Tan therapy.
So well said.
Preach,
Yeah.
Britt, preach.
Yeah, Jane, what about you?
For myself, it's helping other people kind of transform their lives through organization and having the ability to create turn your passion into your business and not be afraid to put yourself out there and take what you're good at and help other people.
Love that. Mark?
For me, I think it's being empowered of my own life and knowing that I can dictate where I go and no one else can. And I think I learned that when I was young, that adversity is actually probably the best thing you can have going for you if you know how to overcome it. And so I've always stayed focused on, I think, having a little tenacity, a little inner strength, and then just going for the dreams, making them happen.
That's what we do here in La La Land. We go for it, right?
That's right. From the trials into triumph.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for being here. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
I love that. So yesterday, Jez, you brought up a great topic, which is really feeling guilty about loving your life. And so I thought, well, let's talk about guilt. What is guilt? So tell us about that.
Well, it was interesting. I mentioned earlier that it was my birthday weekend, and I have always shared my birthday. My brother is born on June 2nd, and in past relationships, we were all Geminis. So we've always all just celebrated. I had the first birthday weekend I've ever had for myself. And I was totally indulgent, and we celebrated life, and I had so much fun that all of a sudden I started feeling really guilty. And I'm like, where are these feelings coming? Why am I should have nothing to feel guilty about. And I realized I was feeling guilty for being so happy. And I didn't really know how to deal with that. So of course I consulted my experts, my life coaches, and then we got to the studio and they asked, how was your weekend? I said, great, but I feel so guilty about it. So how do I deal with this?
Well, boy, it's a great question. You want to dive in? It's, how many hours do we have?
Well, it's fascinating because I work with clients one-on-one doing subconscious work, and there's basically 4 things that basically we run down, whether it be this lifetime or all lifetimes, and it basically comes down to upsets, quandaries, guilt, and trauma over and over again. And so when we deal with guilt, it always comes down to basically, it comes down to justifications in the mind, it comes down to what we've been programmed culturally, and it comes down to transgressions. And so clearly this is not transgression, right? So
unless the croissants and tequila count as transgression.
Transgression against
so
yourself.
it generally comes down to probably some social programming around you know, empathy and trying to be compassionate and trying to not flaunt or whatever. So there's some programming probably in your, you know, from your upbringing, from the culture, what they've told you, whatever. So kind of getting that. Sometimes we just don't realize, clients don't realize that they have this guilt. It's more of a subconscious thing, and it bubbles up and you're like, why do I feel guilty right now? So getting in there and recognizing from a subconscious standpoint and releasing that, neutralizing it, and being freed up to say, I get to be joyful and not feel guilty for it. This is my birthright, and I get to, you know, not necessarily shove it in people's faces, but, you know, be able to really fully enjoy this moment.
Love that, Erin. Couldn't agree with you more. I always end up agreeing with Justin there. I guess that's what we make a great team. But yeah, so guilt is tied to the limbic system. And that makes it very difficult because it's something viscerally that you feel, even though rationally you may not agree with it. So it's like, I know this feeling of guilt is irrational on some level, but I'm feeling it at a visceral level, and so it's actually tied to your limbic system. So the way you back out of that is to begin to return to sort of a more logical and rational way of explaining it away. So you say, well, I shouldn't feel guilty for this reason and that reason and this reason. And so it's a lot of talk therapy usually that helps. You can do that with yourself. The one sort of major challenge that most of us have in life is that we're not very good self-soothers. So when something bad happens, like the guilt itself, we're not very good at talking yourself back out of that or back up or into the vortex, so to speak. So that's a huge part of it. The other part of it, as you begin to dive into like describing or explaining away the guilt, there's what we call like a happiness contract that we all have with ourselves about how much happiness we basically deserve. And that's at the root of the problem. So basically, happiness isn't something you have to deserve or earn. And that's where the guilt comes from, that there's a sense that I have to earn this or I have to deserve it in some way. And then once I hit a certain point, I feel like I haven't earned it or deserved it enough.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you know, the guilt kicks in.
Totally.
It's interesting when you find yourself in a moment where you're truly loving your life, and to accept that, like Erin talks about all the time, like the law of abundance, and this is your birthright, right? You were born to it, and without having to flaunt it, but to really step in and recognize that and just be humbled and come from a place of gratitude. I try to replace the guilt with gratitude. I was like, okay, what is the quickest emotion I can like substitute in here right now? And it's just an absolute place of gratitude. So thank you all for helping me celebrate my life and honoring my special day. It was really special.
And just to complete that cycle for people out there, that if you do feel guilty because there is some transgressions in your life, like you feel like you've actually done something that you shouldn't do, you know, that comes down to secrets. And so always in subconscious work, we deal with getting those secrets, just taking responsibility for them, saying you're sorry, and actually taking the action it takes to actually, you know, make peace with that out in the world. So it's a process for sure.
Such a great point, Erin. And that's, I think, it's one of the misconceptions that we have, is that we think that guilt works, that guilt prevents you from repeating whatever, not in the case of happiness, but it prevents you from like overeating or it prevents you from not exercising. But actually they found that guilt actually increases indulgence. So the people that feel guilty after they eat actually eat more. Yeah. So it doesn't it doesn't work. Guilt just simply doesn't work.
Get rid of the guilt.
Yes, that's it.
Point of the day. Transform your life. Goodbye, guilt.
So let's get back to our incredible guest today. We're going to talk some more about transformation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Focus TV studio in West Hollywood. I'm Jasmine Moyer, host of LA Unscripted and co-host of Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show. And today I have the privilege to announce the latest issue of Focus magazine, and we're calling it the Empowerment Issue. These pages are filled with some of the most amazing personalities that are truly empowering others. On the cover is Ms. Kelly Gores, a filmmaker who's dedicated her work to empowering others to take charge of their own health and wellness and heal. We're also proud to feature Mr. Mark Teschner, a 9-time Emmy Award-winning casting director for General Hospital. I had the honor of interviewing Mr. Teschner at Prospect Studios, where he is empowering some of the most talented personalities in daytime television. It is an honor to feature Ms. Ellen Racketon, a 13-time Emmy Award-winning producer known for her work empowering others through The Oprah Show and now in Red Table Talks. She is a true entertainment mogul, a loving mother, and an absolute empowerista. And speaking of empowerista, the creator of the Empowerista show herself, Ms. Alex Worley. And where can you find an LA dining experience that feels like home? Right in Encino on Ventura Boulevard. I had the honor of interviewing Chef Nigel at Davenport's, where it's good food, good friends, and great family. And Focus magazine readers now have a new morning routine. Bel Air has welcomed Mr. Warren Kalut, aka Chef Warren of Holy Juice, an incredible juice bar right at the Bel Air Glen Center. Also in this issue, Mr. Kim Vo, known as the best blonder in the business. No matter what celebrity he's working with, he always goes back to his roots. A special shout out to Ms. Lillian Garcia, who I had the honor to interview for the previous cover of Focus magazine. Part of her empowering tribe is From Music to Mindset with Arden Kaylin and Greg Sims with a practical goal-setting technique. And Elizabeth Winkler contributed a very empowering piece from Laura Wasser, who is changing the face with divorce because it's over easy. Also featured fellow TV host Ms. Lisa Torres, who's empowering us to live a very high vibe life. And not all heroes wear capes, and we're proud to feature Focus TV family member Ms. Sally Colon, the filmmaker behind Women Like Us documentary. And our travel editor, Ms. Wendy Brokaw, contributed a great piece about a chic hotel in the desert. Empowering us all to crack the code on social media, our friend, Ms. Emily Raber. And it was an honor to celebrate the 45th annual Daytime Television Awards. It was conscious conversation and red carpets, an epic week of glamour and giving back. I had the honor of interviewing some of the most prominent people and personalities in daytime television. A special thanks to Mr. Kent Speakman and Connect TV for partnering with Good Morning La La Land to empower us and entertain us. It's all empowerment in this issue of Focus magazine. We are the only magazine in the country that offers a full video library to complement our print features. Your favorite interviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. I'm Jessamine Moyer, and for all of the entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment we share today, don't miss the latest issue of Focus magazine.
Yes, we have got the incredible Jane Stoller in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we are so excited because really organizing can transform your entire life, not just your space, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've mastered this. Tell us about your journey.
Well, it's kind of an interesting journey because I spent about 10 years in the corporate world, and I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I always had a passion for organizing. And then I dabbled in writing a book and kind of thought, okay, maybe I can make a business out of it, because everybody would come to me for help. My colleagues, my friends, my coworkers, and every project that I did kind of working, I always kind of worked in organizing in a structure. So I thought, you know what, my journey should be helping other people get organized, because I see how much it helps them. You know, not just increased time or less stress, but just it can change your whole entire life. So I thought it's my job to teach people to get more organized.
I love that you had that moment.
Let's do this thing, because I need you in my life. I'm a pretty organized person, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you own my house, there's no clutter. Things are pretty organized, but I just feel like this is so much better when the closets are organized, I swear.
That's what and in the morning I gave that tip, because for me it is like the most important thing. And they say women spend up to an hour a day wasting time looking for things in their closet, or things that are ironed.
In my life, I put things everywhere and then I lose them, and I waste all this time trying to find
things.
And could you deal with an extra hour in your day? I always ask people that. I say, is there like, wouldn't it be great if you could get even 10 more minutes a day or an hour?
Right.
Let's start with how you wake up, your closet, how you prepare for the next day, your outfit. Are they like kind of in the same, like what's your plan for that, right? So it can really change.
But and this goes into all areas. I mean, we were just talking about with social media, and it goes into organizing. You know, what do you delegate versus what do you do? I mean, where does it end for you? Is it mostly the home that you organize?
You know, it's no, it's actually less in the home. I start with the closet, and then I think it goes to the rest of your home. But a lot of businesses, they do a lot of restructuring for businesses, time management of employees, and it's interesting you said social media because right now we're in a digital world. And I had a lot of trouble getting digitally organized, and I still do. And that is a whole different ballgame because, you know, where do we start? We have different mediums we all need to be posting on. We have, you know, digital marketing. We have our folders on our laptops. We don't have file cabinets anymore.
I do the equivalent of sweeping all that digital stuff under the dog. Like, that's what I do. Exactly. It's like right underneath there.
But then
it's filthy.
Yeah. But how long does it take you to find a file you're looking for, things like that, right?
It's incredible because I not only do that, but I throw everything away. That's also a problem, right? I just want to delete it. I'm like, I don't want to see it.
Delete, don't think about it.
It's so clean. Everything looks so clean, but underneath it's just not.
So help us out. Let's start with the closet. Okay, so what are some tips we can do to organize our closet?
Yeah, so kind of my mantra is organizing for your lifestyle. So I can give general tips, but really I think it depends on how you live your life. You know, women, we tend to have a lot of clothes depending on your profession. So I always say frequency of use, you know, what are you always using and what can you have that kind of front and center? My tip is making sure you put it away in the shape you want to wear it. Having it ironed, having it, you know, not spaces, it can't be too close, just you don't want it to be wrinkled. So those are just the little tips that'll help you get things faster. And the other major tip for women and men too is to pick out your outfit the night before. Because if you don't do that, you will be, the stress level, it'll just start your day in a different
true. You know what's really interesting though is I love waking up not having to make that decision about what I'm going to wear. But when you say like organize your entire life, it almost doesn't scare me, but I'm kind of a free bird. I'm a free spirit. I like to live, you know, in the moment, expect the unexpected. And so for me, when you're like organize your entire life, I'm feeling like, ooh, I don't want to be in such a structured box. And how do I like change that mindset? Because I recognize the need. I will go further faster if I'm organized about it. Yeah. So how do I flip that switch?
But I'd say you don't have to change your mindset. I'd say, you know, if you embrace it and say, you know, I'm going to organize for that mindset. You know, is there something that I can incorporate? Maybe I do want to be a bit more free-spirited with my outfits, but maybe you should plan something else. Or maybe there's another part of your life you can organize to save time and keep that in your life. It shouldn't involve changing your life or changing who you are. But ultimately, you want to organize so you don't have to think about it anymore.
I love that, and Jessalyn and I have that in common, because even though there are certain things that I am very disciplined about, there are other things that I just want to sort of be freer about, and it's sort of take a tip from your book, and instead of having like the outfit picked out the night before, I have like 10 possibilities, but they're all laid out.
10.
They're 10, but I feel freedom in that, because it's like, okay, at least I have a choice, but worst case scenario, I can just grab any of them and it works.
Yeah, and that's a lifestyle, and that makes you happy, and maybe you can save time in other ways, right? So I always say, don't change your life to get organized. Incorporate it.
So talk to me about throwing things, because maybe you're good at throwing. I'm not. I have things that I wear maybe once a year, and I'm like, well, I might just need that one. And that's a problem. Like in my dresses, like there's so many now that they're getting crammed in and they're getting wrinkled. Yeah. So I need to get rid of things. So how would you recommend going through that?
You know, process? This is a problem for, I'd say, mostly everybody, and men, women, and it's that attachment to things. And when we talk about our clothes too, you know what, you need to kind of adapt to the space you're in. So if you only have so much space, you have to kind of evaluate and say, you know what, I can't get any more dresses, or I can't because I don't have the space for it, right? And that's kind of tough decisions you're going to have to make with your outfits. But again, some tips and tricks are, some people say, you know, if you haven't worn it in a year, it's gone. But then I say, what if your lifestyle, what if you do need that dress? So it's a bit challenging when you talk about items of clothing too, but again, there's so many ways to give to other people today or to sell it. So I always say, you know what, I haven't worn this in a year, maybe somebody else will like it. And that's what I say to myself to get rid of it. And then I say, if I do need it in 2 years, I'll buy another one and somebody else can use it.
Yeah, honestly, it just depends on how much money I spend on the piece. I was like, that was a solid investment. I can't get rid of that one.
But now there's the secondhand market, or the free love, like the pre-loved market.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you can also do that.
So what's free love
market? Or pre-owned.
You got Erin paying attention.
I'm all about the secondhand designer stores. I think
Totally.
it's
Me too.
the best invention
and
ever.
when you say, okay, I haven't worn this in a year, but you know what, I can maybe make some money on it, or I can give it away, then it's a little bit easier to get rid of it.
Totally.
But again, it's a lifestyle. I don't tell people to get rid of everything, right? I say if it's something that you really love and brings you a memory, and you can have a good space for it, then why not? But there has to be a limit.
One of the other things I love about both the book and your work is, for me, like cleaning and organizing is so cathartic. Like it's insanely cathartic, and I don't know if I got that from my mom, but like when I clean, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, life isn't that bad. Or if I organize, especially organize.
So true.
Yeah. So what about that? Do you find that with a lot of your clients? And
Yeah. Well, I love organizing so much, so I'm like, how can everybody not love organizing their closet? But again, it's that start, because everyone has the challenge to get started. We think there's so much, how do I even start cleaning my closet, or how do I even start cleaning my house? But once you start, most people enjoy it. And once they see a positive result, they want to keep going. So it's tackling that one space and helping people, get started, and then they love it.
I can't get over the mess it makes to start that, though.
Yeah,
Like when you take everything out of the closet to reorganize, you're like, look at the mess I've created.
Yeah, it can.
It's totally overwhelming to me.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of people get overwhelmed. So, maybe working with a friend or a coach to say, I need to do this, and it's going to schedule the time, and then make it fun.
So what is it like to work with you? I mean, what are some of the services that you offer to the people you work with?
Yeah, so a variety of services. A lot of them are maybe more business focused, but then I always get them to start with their closet, which a lot of people say, oh, well, that's not important. And I say, no, it is really important, because that can kind of, like I always say, streamline your day. So for me, it's, sitting down with you, talking about your life, what's important to you, how many different maybe businesses you have or jobs, or, and then kind of drilling down on where we can save time, what's your biggest stress, and what's your biggest organizing challenge.
Love that. I feel like I need you in my trip life. You can organize the people.
Oh, that's a bit more difficult.
Who do I get rid of?
This is a very interesting. Dating, we should have had this on Friday Field. Dating relationships.
I mean, bottom line is time is one of the most valuable things that we have. And any time that we're organized, whether it be in our closets or in our business, it comes down to that time management. And I mean, this is just, I think organization is everything, discipline really, but in a good way.
Yeah.
This goes into, like we're dealing with this now, we're getting so busy on the show, we need assistance, we need to organize our time and make sure that we're doing what we are really here to do, each of us, so that we're not just spending time doing things that just take all of our energy.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, you brought up such a good point, because a lot of people say as their businesses grow, either personal and corporate world, they say, I don't have enough time, right? So it's sitting down and saying, what is my focus? What is my goal? And saying, this is where I should be spending my time, but I'm spending it on this, this, and this, right? So we need to eliminate, delegate, or somehow find more time, right? And usually it's possible. You just need to really sit down and say, where is the core focus? And then it's okay to hire. It's okay to delegate. It's okay to make a plan for that.
I absolutely love that. It's sort of one of the principles that I use with my own clients and my own life. Is like, what am I most deeply and truly optimizing for? And more of that which I uniquely am designed to do well.
Yeah.
And I feel like organizing your life and organizing your closet and all that contributes directly to that.
Yeah.
It prevents me from doing anything I'm not uniquely designed to do, for instance.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to help people the most you can in your day. And you know what? Maybe if you're running a business and you're not good at accounting or bookkeeping, it's okay to outsource that, right? So you can focus on more clients, and it'll bring you more joy, more income, of course. But
do you do a personality test? Like when I'm doing a mastermind with clients, we take their personality test and see where their strengths are and where their weaknesses, so they can delegate that. Do you do that type of stuff?
That's a very good idea, because I did so many of those Myers-Briggs tests of working, but I don't incorporate that. But it's a very good point. I give people kind of a quiz to start with, and it determines a little bit their organizing habits. And again, there's no good and bad, right? It just determines a little bit about, some people don't want to be too structured, right? But let's say where you are now and where you want to go. But good idea to bring in some personality tests.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're really excited to get reorganized and build a little structure in my life. So thank you for your guidance on that. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Tell people how they can find you to work with you.
So it's organizingforyourlifestyle.com is my website, and Instagram is Organized Jane Stoller. So it's not that hard to find me, but it's and there you can find my services and my book.
Organized Jane. You heard it here. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to announce
that Good Morning La La Land is now being featured on Connect TV.
That's right, you can check it out on Apple TV, Roku, iOS, and Android, as well as on the web.
Check us out. We're going to be everywhere, literally.
We are going to believe, connect, and change the world. It's going to be a Good Morning La La Land. I'm Jessa Moye, co-host of Good Morning La La Land with my associate producer,
Victoria Simone.
And we are coming to you live from Bel Air, absolutely La La Land.
Yes, speaking of La La Land, who was on Good Morning La La Land?
This week was incredible. We got motivated by Natalie Ellis.
Yes, the OG boss babe.
And we perfected our tribe with Lori Harder. She's got a great new book
called A Tribe Called Bliss.
We talked to a great lifestyle dating coach, Miss Therese Germain,
founder of The Compass.
We also had on Stephen Barber. He
yes.
is the founder of Vanilla Sky Productions.
Yes, and former military man.
We also featured Ms. Sally Cologne.
Yes, she's a female director, producer, and documentarian, and a member of the Focus TV family.
We also had an incredible psychic reading with a world-renowned intuitive psychic, Rebecca Fearing.
Yes.
And we chose love with Seb Devo.
We also learned to let it go with our girl Shafali in the house. Let's look at a clip of her singing.
Emoji.
You were my sky, I was your prize. Was she worth the ride? Yeah. All this time, thought you were mine, mine. Yeah. I've been telling myself what I already know. Yeah. Already know. Yeah. Something about you got me so twisted. We could have ruled the world, baby, admit it. 'Cause baby, you know I'm yours. Baby, you know I'm yours. It's hard to let you go, yeah.
What? Love that song.
That girl can sing.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in La La Land.
It's gonna be a good morning, La La Land.
I mean, clearly. Bye, guys.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are live here on #Transformation Tuesday with Mark Willingham. He is the creator, co-founder, and CEO of Agent Inc. I'm so excited that you're here.
Super happy to be here.
You have you're single-handedly changing the modeling industry.
Yeah, if people don't realize it, it's been around for 70 years. So this is like an industry that's really established. And I think those industries are the ones that really probably need someone to peel back the covers and say, why for 70 years have things not changed? And how can you reimagine this business to be current, to be real, and to maybe just be good?
So what was the catalyst in this for you?
Well, the reality, I spent 11 years running a fashion brand and hired top models for New York Fashion Week. Adriana Lima walked our show. I mean, so I've been around the industry from a client perspective. And one of my co-founder, my partners, he actually is a tech guy, and he was employee number 30 at Twitter. So he was like early stage, helping grow that company. But he's also like a semi-professional photographer. And he won, back when Flickr was like the big thing, I don't know if it still is, but when it was really big, he won Photographer of the Year. And so he got a book deal out of it. But he's like, cool, I got a book deal. And he's like this left brain, right brain guy. It's really unique. I mean, he can code faster than I can type, but he's a great artistic guy. And he goes, I need to hire models for this book. So he goes in, he goes, where do I hire a model? And he goes to Google models. He's like, I'm not going to go to a big agency. And he found a place called Model Mayhem. He found Instagram and Mayhem. Sorry, it is Mayhem. The reality is he hired 20 models, 12 showed up. None of them could take credit cards. One even said, when he handed him cash, said, can I give you change with weed? And he was like, well, this is weird because I'm trying to hire 20 good models and I'm really experiencing something that if this is indicative of the entire industry, what's it like for everyone else? And so he started doing research. And then when he and I hooked up and our other partner, Ashley, we said, look, let's put a whiteboard on the wall. And not try to put band-aids on an industry that has a lot of flaws, but how would we reimagine it today from the ground up, knowing what we know? And that's what we set out to do.
So what is that?
It is an industry where the model is centered to the industry instead of a product on the side, where the model's empowered, where we give tools for education so that models can make educated choices and decisions about their career. We let them set their rates, and we flip it upside down. And if you want to hire a model with us, you have to apply. And then we do a criminal background check, sex offender check, and ID verification on every single person who wants to hire a model.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Good
Thank
job.
you so
Amazing.
much, because I spent years in the modeling industry and I felt like I had absolutely no control. I ended up in very precarious situations where both my integrity and my respect were at risk. And to know that you've created a safe platform for people to pursue their calling in that is incredible.
Well, I think that part of the problem is it's a glamorous business, and just like fashion, entertainment, there's a beautiful side of everything. But the reality is there's other parts of it that aren't so great, and people don't know about those. So lack of understanding of reality puts people in a really bad position when things arise. I mean, we all know what's happening with Harvey. Okay? Harvey was kind of a godsend in the fact that if you have conversation and discussion, it's the first step to finding solutions. And without that, things just go on as they do. We started this way before that. We started this 2 years ago. So we started this with a vision that we could actually shift change in an industry where everyone thinks only of the big agencies. They're like, well, what about, you know, ING and Wilhelmina and Ford and all these big industries? The top 4 industry agencies only account for about 19.8% of the revenues. The remaining of this is shared across 6,500 small agencies that average 2 employees per agency. And most models don't trust their agencies.
No, of course not. How many jobs did we take that we never saw a dime for?
Yeah, literally, I'd wait 9 months, a year, 2 years.
Well, you're going to love the next part.
Yeah.
So the average model gets paid.
You got that money?
What do you mean you want to get paid? It's like,
I take credit cards.
So 30, 60, 90 days. I know models who've been actually owed 6 figures for over 6 months for big agencies. And we said, we're going to pay you the same day. So the models get paid as soon as the job's done.
Unheard of.
We give 24/7 customer service. We are on call when someone needs us, and we do 100% guarantee to the clients that they're going to be happy.
Wow.
Things that no one's ever done in this business. And we're truly not even an agency. We're a platform. We're using technology to empower people, to provide the tools. We don't require contracts with models. We say, you're in charge of your career. We'll give you everything you need to be your best.
That's so empowering.
It really is.
But we could change it, and we are. And we're having, I mean, right now we're the fastest growing modeling platform in the world. We have 15,000 registered models on our platform, and we just effectively launched 3 months ago, March.
Wow,
So,
incredible, congratulations.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I don't think we even expected the number of big clients to come on and start booking with us. But you know, I was in New York on a show there, and I said, look, it's easy for companies to talk and say, hey, we stand up, we're gonna be there, we're gonna protect people, we believe in the rights of our workers and of the contractors and people we hire, and blah, blah, blah. Step up and show change. And walking the walk is tougher than talking the talk. So my challenge has always been to companies, if you really believe in that, then talk to your CMO and ask where are you guys getting your models?
Right.
Because
And models are changing
Oh, yeah.
dramatically. Like what it just was announced that they're no longer going to have swimsuit in some of the
Just saw
pageants
that.
and stuff. So important time to know that there's going to be there's all types of models.
Diversity.
And diversity, sizes, colors, backgrounds, whatever, and ages. And I'm just all for power of the people. So congratulations on putting a platform out there that empowers, puts it back in each individual's hand.
So tell us how people can work with Agent.
It's quite simple, actually. Models just go into our website is joinagent.com. We have a platform, so there's a website, there's an app on the App Store, and you just apply. And you know, everyone's not a model. I'm sorry. The reality is just like I can't play basketball for the Lakers. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. Not everyone is a model, but we are about diversity. We have people with sleeves, tats, everything you could think of, plus size, people 85 years old. To us, if we believe someone would hire you, you'll make it on our platform.
If they have that certain little je ne sais quoi, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it might be, exactly. People say, what is it? And I said, I don't know, but we know when we see it. But So, and then clients, they apply as well. And everyone within 24 hours, well, actually it's 2 business days, we get a response back to them, one way or the other. And we're trying to do it one day at a time, but it's happening very fast.
Interesting.
It's super exciting.
Love it.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. We're really excited for all the change you're bringing to the modeling world.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, but you already knew that. And today, I am in the beautiful Los Angeles with my girl,
Jazz Moye, co-host of Good Morning La La Land, coming to you from Bel Air, absolutely La La Land.
So last week on the Focus TV Network, we had Reshape with Ali Landry, and on that show was Gail Becker.
She is the creator of Cully Power Pizza. It's gluten-free, guilt-free, and absolutely delicious.
We had Soul Reboot with our amazing host, Allison Charles.
And a special guest, Sahara Rose.
We had What's Good, hosted by Amy Paffrath and Justin Walter, and on that show was
Heartbroken Anonymous.
Naz Perez. We had hashtag Harry and Kelly with our amazing hosts Harry Howard and Kelly Russo. And on that show,
Focus TV family member, Ms. Laura Odegaard, host of Millennial Life.
we love you. Ms. Jeslyn Moye, who was on Good Morning La La Land.
We were absolutely motivated by Natalie Ellis. She is the creator of The Boss Babe. Yes, she is the OG Boss Babe.
Yes.
We also had Lori Harder, as well as Therese Germain, who's created a new dating and life counseling service called The Compass, really giving us a new direction.
We had Focus TV family, Sally Colon.
She is a filmmaker extraordinaire, female director, producer, and documentarian.
Yes.
And also,
Another Focus TV family member, Tanya Memi.
absolutely living it. And we are so excited to announce the latest issue of the Focus magazine. Gracing the cover is Miss Kelly Gorge. She is the filmmaker behind Heel. In these pages, you'll find a great article, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, about Sally Colon. Also on the cover, Mr. Mark Teschner, 9-time Emmy Award-winning producer, as well as Ms. Ellen Racketon. She served as one of the executive producers on Oprah Winfrey's show for 23 years and has won an enormous 13 Emmys for her creative work.
Thanks so much for tuning in to This Week in Focus. Have a great day, guys. I'm Victoria Simone.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.
Back live from Los Angeles. We are here with Bronze by Britt. Look at these tans. She came in the studio yesterday. We thought we'd do a segment for Transformation Tuesday, transforming our white winter skin into bronze beauty. How are you?
Right, you guys look great with clothes on too.
Thank you. Honestly, you gave me tan therapy. You have transformed the way I'm feeling about myself. I woke up, I liked the way I looked when I woke up this morning and I saw myself, and that's because I feel like I'm glowing.
Yeah, well you are. You look
I
beautiful.
am. But thank you for that. Thank you.
You're
because
welcome.
It was really a transformative experience.
Good. Yeah, I know. I got each of you individually in the tent, and then
Naked.
naked. You can choose to be naked or not naked.
But I will tell you this, I didn't feel naked. I mean, some people are watching who've never had a spray tan, and they think you're naked in a tent with this girl. What is that like? You made me so comfortable, and you were just so engaged, and I didn't even think I was naked.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, some people that have never had a tan
I
before.
felt very naked. No. Honestly, no, but I just want to say you've been so, you just go the extra mile. Like, of course, we've been texting back and forth a few days to create this, and you just care, and you go the extra mile with everything. So really lovely to work with you.
Yeah, you're really an artist. I think that's something that maybe I wouldn't have known going in, because I've had spray tans before. Sometimes you go in the machine or whatever, but you're so precise, and you take your time, and you pay attention to every small little detail, and it's amazing. Like in the result, I was like, wow, look at. It's amazing. My forearms and everything felt great. So you're really fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Plus,
I appreciate that.
I would tend to be like, put it on really heavy, and it'd probably look a little not natural. And you did such a good job that it really does look natural, which I think is important when you're going to a red carpet or on vacation or whatever it is that you're doing that's special.
On a first date.
Right? Whatever that is, it's important to not have it look, no one wants to look like they have a fake tan.
Right,
You know?
absolutely, and that's why I customize it for each client. You know, obviously your color is going to be different from Rob's color, and that's why I wanted to spray Rob as well, because it's important for people to know, you know, whether you're mixed, you have color, whatever ethnicity you are, you can tan, and it can just even out your skin tones, because everybody can have a bit of an imbalance in their coloring, and I want each person to feel confident and comfortable in their color, and it just is an expression of like your gorgeousness on the inside coming outward. And a lot of people, it depends on your profession. You know, I wanted to play it safe with you guys in the beginning. You're like, go dark, I want to go big or go home.
But what you did also, which was I've never had done, because I've had a few spray-on tans, but I have spots on my face and on my arms, and when you tan, they go even more dark. And you note, I didn't say anything, you went, let me just put a little bit of extra lotion on those so it doesn't go extra hard. And I thought, this girl knows what she's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's an art and it's trial and error. So I've been doing it for almost 7 years. And so in the beginning, I started by spraying a cardboard box. I cut it out like a person and I put water in the spray gun. And I just always had an artistic side and a creative side to me, but I never thought I would be painting somebody's body. I'm like, I would be a good house painter, I think, or like a car painter too. But like I said, my most important thing in my business is connecting to the client. And it's so much more than just a service for me. So having my own company, being able to bring the personable side from my heart to each person, and people may think it's so silly, it's such an aesthetic thing, but it's about how it makes you feel.
But honestly, so I'm in the tent yesterday, and I mean, talk about connection. I mean, I'm naked. You know, this was like seeing every aspect of me. And she's like, okay, now this is your stripper debut. I want you to turn around. A little bit of like, because you know, everyone,
some
you get
comedy
that
in
little
it.
line. You get a little line under the tush, like where your butt, like it gets a little flabby there sometimes. You get and there's a little crease there. She doesn't want it to crease and have extra white, so she puts powder. Like, are you kidding me? Like, talk about going the extra mile.
Well, I think it's such a comedic experience as is that you just kind of speak the truth. Like, okay, you know what? We're going to turn around and we're going to have you do this position that is a bit like a stripper. So we are going to do this. Just going to do this. And then I even asked you, I think, what your name is.
Oh yeah,
you know,
I was like,
what is
Star
it?
Route. Everybody knows it's the street you grew up on.
And the dog, your first animal or something?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the one I always played. The name of your first pet in the street.
Oh yeah, Tootsie Star Route.
I'd be Dusty Chaminade.
I didn't have to come up with one because I didn't go fully naked. I had swim trunks on, so just putting it out there.
No, yeah,
exactly.
Really, truly, it does have an emotional effect.
Yes.
On me, especially because I'm, recently single, getting my mojo back, and like wanting to feel confident in my body. It helps so much.
It does. It makes a difference. Just little tweaks, whether it's what you want to invest in for your self-care. Like I said at the show, I personally am going through more transformations in my personal self-care, and it translates to clients too. But if that's what they want to invest in their week, a lot of people are like, okay, I'll do mani-pedis, or I'll go to the spa, or whatever my me time is. This is a lot of me time for people. I'm like, okay, well, don't go over your budget and cut out tanning. Yeah, we need to keep that in there.
But lettle talk a little, just to be a little bit devil's advocate for a minute. It's chemicals. Like, we're putting chemicals on our body. So is it something that someone probably shouldn't do this all the time, right? I mean, is there a balance in this?
All of the products that I spray with are organic, and that's very important to me. So all of the product is derived from sugar beet. So when you put an organic product on your body, it's different than putting a chemical on your body. So there is a difference with the tanning.
Right.
So that's very important to me. So everything I do is all organic, paraben free. PETA has approved it. It's beautiful on the skin too, and it's healthy for you.
Right.
So it's better than the UV, and it's better than chemicals. So there is a difference when you're going to tan. You do want to make sure you're tanning with organic if that is important to you. I would urge everybody to always tan with something organic, because yes, it can have chemical bases that aren't healthy for your skin if you're not using organic products.
I love it.
And it's certainly better than the alternative, right? And I know you have a personal story. I don't know if you want to share that or not, about sort of what led you to.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a skin cancer scare, my back. So I was terrified to go in the sun again. And I grew up in Denver, so I was, you know, a mile high in the air and never put sunscreens on. I played soccer my whole life, and I just was always in the sun baking away. And I was like, I love looking tan and gorgeous, but I want a healthy way. So it is scary for a lot of people, and now a lot of dermatologists as well recommend my services because they want people's skin to be healthy and not get the UV damaging rays to it. But I would also like to know, I did spray everybody a little bit different in the color tones. My color is a week old, so I wanted to keep it this way to show everyone, as long as you're hydrating it and taking care of it, it can last 7 to 10 days. And then Jessamine, I went a little darker on you, sister, just because we had to balance out your...
Oh, yeah, I had a little bit of too much birthday fun, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, and I had this horrible sunburn farmer's tan just on this one arm, just here. But you can't even tell now. She totally like balanced and blended, so we had to go a little bit darker just to, you know.
Yeah, and then I was little on the safe side with Erin, even though she's like, go dark, I want it. We'll go dark in the future.
I went full out.
And then Rob, it just evened out his skin tone. So like I said, I don't want people to stray away from tanning because you may be a darker skin tone. It may just even it out. And it's not just for vacations or events, but I do a lot of bridal parties. I do a lot of just tan parties, which is fun. So if you want like a hilarious night with your guy friends or your girlfriends or a mix of, you know, co-ed, get a group together. I'll pop up the tent. It can be in a separate room. You know, if you need to have a little wine or something to help people ease into the experience.
For the stripper pose.
Yeah, this is turning into a little different segment.
Spray guns double, it's alcohol. Guns.
So,
that's great. Oh my gosh, so they can come to your studio or you can come to their house.
Yes, I'm located in Brentwood, or I do in homes, I do hotels, I travel for some clients as well.
Amazing. So fun. So La La Land, right?
Thank you for making me feel like my best self.
You're welcome.
I
you
really
look beautiful.
appreciate that, Brett. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in Good Morning La La Land.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are here on Transformation Tuesday, talking all things transformation. Incredible group of entrepreneurs. The question I have, I think for everybody is sort of like, where do your best entrepreneurial ideas come from? Because I think I have a lot of friends, you know, they're working maybe a corporate job or they're doing something else and they want to do something entrepreneurial, but they're just like, I don't have any really great ideas. And you guys have all come up with really fantastic ones. Any suggestions?
To me, every day I see stuff that's inefficient and I feel I can do it better. So maybe that's part of like hubris. Maybe it's just like my ego. But I look at it and I said, wow, and they're doing well, I can do it better. And so most of them come from real everyday experiences.
Love that.
I think for me personally, it comes from whatever you're passionate about, you should explore those things because your talent and your purpose is somewhere unfolded in that. You know, so I knew I was always creative and artistic. I didn't know I'd be spray tanning naked bodies. Or, you know, my family reunions are hilarious. People can't get enough of these stories. But I would say that, find what you're passionate about and really good at, and within that you will unfold the layers of where your purpose is.
Totally agree.
And for me, it was actually very hard to leave the corporate world, and I still am scared every day. And when people ask me, you know, how do you, entrepreneurship is so different. And going back to your point, like if you have a passion, you know, you bring it into your job and you work it, but you know, take that risk, believe in yourself. And I'm still scared every day, but I know that I can help more people and doing what I'm passionate about and use my time in a different way. But it's scary.
Love that.
Yeah, so true.
I think the only difference is some people call that fear excitement. Even
Yeah.
though they feel it the same way. Right? That's just excitement.
It is a lot more exciting too.
Yeah, embrace that, say goodbye to the guilt. We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and Roku.
Right? Please like, share, and comment, you guys. Get involved in this community, and we are waking up the world together. Have a beautiful, amazing Transformation Tuesday.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.